Everyone, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Saturday the 14th of March. Thanks for joining me. I'm using the Sorcerer's Tarot for today's reading. Let's have a look at what these cards want you to be aware of. Beautiful Wheel of Fortune there, that's a good sign. So I just use these cards, I tune into the day's energy. I ask the cards, what have you got to say about Saturday the 14th? How are you going to show me and all of us how to use the energy so that we can have a great day? So these readings are for all signs of the zodiac and they're for everyone who watches. Let's see what comes up here. We've got the Nine of Wands. Ooh, we've got the Nine of Swords. And we've got the Queen of Wands. Interesting. The Nine of Wands is usually someone who is out of the woods. The worst is over. And here, this sorcerer, little sorcerer, he has, it looks like his spell's gone wrong. He's cast a spell, and instead of making these plants grow, he's turned his legs into trees. But the most important thing is he has the potion which he is now either going to pour on his legs or he's going to drink it. And that is the solution to his problems. The legs are going to turn back into normal legs and he'll run off and be happy. So the Nine of Wands means that the worst is behind you. So really, it's only to celebrate. This card is so Kafka, it's like Kafka. I love that story. I read it because, at school I think someone brought it up and I was fascinated. Franz Kafka, The Metamorphosis, it's the best book. A guy goes to sleep one day and he wakes up as a beetle, okay? And instead of worrying, when I read it, it was hilarious to me because, you know, me and being gay and all of those things. He woke up as a beetle, and what made me laugh out loud was he was worried about what his father was going to think. That was his first reaction. That would have been so like me. If I'd woken up and been a beetle, I would be like, oh my God, what are they going to think of me? Are my parents still going to love me? Instead of, hello, you're a beetle. So the card is saying, you know, we do worry about things, but often we worry about completely the wrong thing. And I think this Kafka scene is fabulous because, yeah, some of our worries are so laughable, aren't they? Not when we're going through them, but afterwards. Like this time last year, remember where you were exactly this time last year. You won't remember. If you were going through a super tough time and you're like, oh, I'm not going to make it. I've really got myself in a pickle here and I'm just going to have to stick with this. I'm so worried about if I'm going to get into this school. A year later, you're in the school studying wonderfully, or you're not in the school and you've got a job elsewhere. Really, these things are minor problems that you have to deal with as they come along, but they're not worries and major life things. These are temporary issues which you kind of are able to get through. So the first card is very encouraging because it says that if you do experience some sort of a problem today, you immediately find the solution to move forward, quite literally. We've got two nines here. 9 is spirituality and completion in numerology. So the solution to the problem is also a spiritual one. So this card in itself, let's look at it. So there's a man, he's a sorcerer. They're all sorcerers in here. And he's being attacked by a giant beetle. He doesn't have his wand and he's just worried and he's scared and it doesn't look good. You have the solution to the problem. These two cards mix. So the little boy, once he's fixed his legs, It's like in the airplane, you know, you put your mask on first before you put on your child's mask. In this case, the child sorts his legs out, then he throws the potion over to this guy. He then sprays the beetle and the beetle shrinks to this side and everything's normal again. So what's wonderful about this day is that we've got really high stakes, or it feels very, like intense. You know, there's like this feeling to it, lots of power. We've got wands, fire, fire, fire. We got more wands, and not just any wands. The suit of wands goes from the ace card, which is 1, to 10. So the stronger, the higher up it goes, 7, 8, 9, 10, the more and more fire we have. And the 9 of wands is really up there. So real passion, real devotion to something, really caring about something, making something happen, your project that you've been so excited about. You'll really want to do that. And also the stakes are really high with swords. Same thing, it's almost at the top. And the 10 of swords really is getting to a state where mentally you've got yourself in such a muddle that you're at rock bottom. The 9 of swords is like you've got this insurmountable obstacle that you're facing. I mean, how is this guy going to beat this giant beetle without using magic? I mean, he could be, maybe if he's really lucky, he can grab one of those chonkers or whatever, and I don't know. It's not a fair fight, is it? So the cards are saying the worst is behind you, especially when it comes to your worries, because you've got the potion, you've got the solution to the problems. And like that example I gave with worrying about the wrong thing, it's like Edgar Rosenberg, Joan Rivers' husband. She got a late night talk show on Fox in the 80s, and he insisted on making decisions. And Fox and Edgar Rosenberg fought all the time. And instead of focusing on producing his wife, Joan Rivers, in the best way possible, that she looks great and that she has a wonderful, calm working environment and that everyone's wonderful, because they never lost any figures with her. I read something by Joan Rivers recently, and he worried about the M&Ms, and it can't be Pepsi, it has to be Coke, and ridiculous stuff that really just made him a figure of ridicule for a lot of people. Like, everyone wanted him out, and he was completely obliterated and destroyed by the whole experience. So we often don't worry about the right things anyway. 99% of the things we worry about, they don't happen. And we worry often as a way of having an insurance policy. If I worry about this, then at least I'll be prepared when it comes, which is just kind of, it's kind of like, you're predicting the future, or it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. That's what I meant. Yes, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. If everything's going to be terrible and I'm already worried about it and ready for it, then you're expecting and you're preparing for the worst. Don't prepare for the best. The Queen of Wands, ultimate sorceress. She loves to do magic. Her hair's a bit of a mess. What's going on there? Her hair's a mess because it's becoming tree-like and she's becoming a tree. So she has mastered this so much that this power to become tree-like, it's so interesting with the wands and the trees. I love that. The power to turn yourself into a tree or to help other flowers grow, she has mastered that. She can turn herself into a tree entirely, and she can pull back all the branches and stuff to turn it into hair. I think she's just on the cycle of pulling all the branches back and showing up as the queen, because she's got some queen duties to attend to. The Queen of Wands is someone who is absolutely at the top of their game, super empowered, really happy, passionate about what she's doing. If someone crosses her, she knocks them on the face with her wand because it's her way or the highway. She can be quite feisty and aggressive, but she's also wearing this white cloak. So she's really a pure good soul. She's not aggressive. She's only aggressive when people cross her in a way that's unfair and where she feels like there's been an injustice, because she wouldn't do an injustice to anyone else. She minds her own business. She checks out her own rod, not other people. And she tries to master her magic instead of focusing on other people and stealing theirs. And that's the way to progress and to be the best at what you want to be. So altogether, don't worry, please, today. If you're worried about your finances or Uncle Jim or how the pool is going to go all green because the creepy crawly is broken down, the cards together mean that you're able to change your form so that problems that do come along, you really don't have to worry about, because you've got the solution, and that solution is going to put you in the best possible situation you can be. She just takes that wand and she just knocks that beetle over the head and ping, it's gone. She helps him out. And then they go arm in arm and skip off to the local wizards meeting where they have a fabulous dinner and they laugh and they dance and they throw their heads back and they enjoy themselves. There's nothing to worry about today. You do you. You're able to handle your problems. And if you do that, and if you focus on dealing with your life best way you can, or enjoying your life best way you can today, despite little problems like beetles trying to attack you and devour you, you can handle any of that. So major problems that are usually overwhelming today are nothing. You can just, okay, next problem, please. I'm waiting to go to Disneyland. You really are in a good place. You have nothing to worry about. You have the solution to your problems. And you can have a lot of fun. Number-wise, we've got the Queen. 1 and 9 is 10. And 9 is 19. 1 and 9 is 10. 10 reduces to 1 in numerology. And 1 is the Magician. Again, we had that, I think, yesterday. So it's about your efforts. It's what you put into it that you get out. So the Magician is the number 1 in the tarot. And the number 1 in astrology, I would say, is Aries. It's the first sign of the zodiac, a fire sign, the ram that pushes forward and says, let's overcome these obstacles. There's a doorway here as well. I didn't notice that before. So he has the solution and he's able to duck through that door and go into a wonderful new future where he can become her, I suppose, or him. Empowered, loving the magic and what they're able to do. A pure soul. It's in his nature. He feels deeply that this magic is part of him, and it is. So even if there have been mess ups like this, we all have to learn as magicians. Like, for instance, okay, this is the Sorceress Tarot. We all have to learn. The first time you try and summon a beetle, maybe it's oversized. You know, it's not that big a deal. So get someone to help you and get on with your day. So I wouldn't blow things out of proportion. I would try and keep things calm. I would try and keep things, in perspective and realize that you have a lot more power than you think. And the Magician has one arm pointed up to the sky and one arm pointed down to the earth. He's able to manifest, and you're able to manifest what you feel inside. You're able to create that and impose yourself on the world. Because you're certain of yourself and you're certain of your skills and what you can do. So it's a day of confidence, joy, happiness, having fun with partners and kids, and throwing worries aside and really laughing at them almost. Your worries become ludicrous in the way you see them. Some of them will today just be laughable because you solve them so easily. So this is a great day for problem solving and sorting things out which you haven't been able to solve and resolve simply by taking the chance to impose yourself on someone else's life in a certain way. So have a wonderful, fun day. It looks amazing. If you would like a personal reading with me, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the book your reading button to order your reading with me. I do 15-minute, 30-minute, 45-minute, and 60-minute readings. And it says on the site what you get with each one. So if you want to speak to me, then please do get in touch. It'd be wonderful. I use the tarot, astrology, and numerology in my readings. So to draw up your astrology chart, I need your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. If you don't have the time of birth, then there's a chart rectification. That's what it's called. You can order that on the website as well. And that simply means I work out your time of birth by using information that you give me. It's important. The chart changes every 4 minutes. So if I have your time of birth, it really affects the houses very, very much. And it really alters your chart. So if you have any questions, get in touch with me. I can really answer anything from life purpose to soul mission, vocational aptitudes, where to live, when the best time is to move or when you're likely to move, love, money, self-development, spiritual growth, fame and the public, daily routine and children, anything at all. If you like the video, please hit subscribe and share it online. I hope you have a great day and I'll speak to you tomorrow.